gotta go get my nine again. They got a body on it from a party, don't it? Yeah, now they're trying to slang it, but don't know
We got everything on there.
they can help you with band-aids. We come on with grenades. You ain't seen it,
We got numbers. We got numbers clocking right now. So I'm gonna make sure I'm not being drowned out by the music. So let me see here real quick. 23 seconds on live. This is the first one. It ain't gonna be the last one. Peep this. Peep this. So 41 seconds is. I'm looking at the clock. I'm watching the clock because this is gonna be a big deal. I intend for this to be a huge deal. What I'm doing. First and foremost, God is everything. Period. Point blank. Now, second of all, in knowing that anybody and everybody that I've sent a message to, sent a link to, said something in reference to, supporting my attempts to come on and make a channel, attempts to come on and make an online presence, build a platform, family, friends, whatever, whoever. It was all pretty much something that I said before and I might not have acted on or acted in a timely enough fashion the way you remember. But if I reach back out to you, it's because of my affiliation with you or my dealings with you. I felt that's something that somebody who dug me and knew me would support me in doing. So I reached back out to the people that I know and that know me, care about what it is I'm trying to do. I kind of probably already knew I was going to be into something like this at some point in time. So those are the people that I reached back out to. Those are the people I want to start with. You start with your A1 day one. You don't start with people who just came, you came up with an idea and then you just go to the person right next to you. The people who always believed in you and what you were trying to do, that's who I felt I should reach out to. So you got requests on your page, requests on Facebook, requests on Instagram, YouTube, or it might have just been a straight up email request or something like that. It's because this is something that I want to be able to share with those, who appreciated, where this all started, the initial startup of this whole thing. And it's just getting off the ground. Not a whole lot of anything to really tell or say about it right now, but that's going to change. If you know me, you know that's going to change. It may not be on here, it may not stay on here, it may go to something else, but I believe if you got something to say and you're willing to say it, then you build your own platform if no one gives you one. I didn't ask for one, so I'm not expecting that. So I'm just creating something that I believe that I can be successful at, and in doing so, maybe that'll bring me closer to my people, bring me closer to the the ones who are they're trying to support stuff like this, efforts like this. So that's what it's all about. And for the future, I appreciate it. For the future, thank you. If you're gonna hate, appreciate you too. You know what I'm saying? You don't know you really got no success to somebody talking about it. So be prepared to talk shit. I'm gonna give you plenty of ammo. Shoot your best shot. Shoot your best shot. So the weekend is now over with. This is top of the morning over here. Middle East time frame, Middle East setting. That's where we at. So that's what we're doing. Everybody who's recovering from whatever you did Valentine's Day, awesome. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Hell, maybe you made a baby this weekend. I don't know. But I hope, whatever you did, you had fun doing it with the person you enjoy doing that kind of stuff with. That's huge. That's huge. Family, God and family over everything. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boogie on that movement out in North Carolina. And while we're talking about that, or while I'm talking about that, and hopefully you all are listening, I've been out of the country, working out of the country for 2 years plus whatever blase. And before that, many, many years on the sunny side of life, being that I lived in Florida, different parts of Florida. All good, no problem there. I'm not from Florida. I don't know if there's an accent. I don't know if I developed one. I'm not from Florida. And I'm not taking anything away from Florida because, hell, Florida gave me a whole hell of a lot more than it owed me. And I ain't giving none of it back. But I'm not from Florida. Okay? And I only say that because when you have the same residence for so long and you say that's where you live and that's your home of record as far as where you at and stuff like that, I guess, yeah, that's a Florida boy. I ain't a Florida nothing. I ain't a Florida nothing. I'm a Florida resident and I'm a Florida boss. But I'm a boss in any state I go to and anywhere I'm at. So you can skip all that with trying to signal me to one single state or one single place. It don't go like that. If you're international like I am, you know that. Dirty South Carolina is where I was born and bred. That's where I was supposed to have not made it up out of. But not only did I do it, I triumphantly did it. That's why I'm talking now. You know, you don't get a chance to tell your story all the time, and for those who can't, you owe it to them, the people you love, to do it for them. Dirty South Carolina. We weren't supposed to be. We weren't supposed to make it. We were not supposed to make it. Real talk. We were not supposed to make it. 18 was like supposed to be like a real milestone that you reach. You made it to 18 years old. It might be some people wondering how do you do that? What the fuck? You know, what did we miss? What did we miss? We were a part of that group. We were part of that crowd. The people who really knew what we had going on and what we were into when we were young, the chances we were taking just to try to have some kind of say so, have some kind of something that was ours. That whole thing, that was not the part of the world to be doing that in. You ain't supposed to be doing that down here in the South Carolina part. You're supposed to be playing your part until we forget that you're here, you know what I mean? And let us make our money and you niggas dig and get whatever we give you or whatever's left. That's what we were supposed to do. That's how it was supposed to go. As you can see, as you can see, I'm a part of a culture that didn't believe in that and wouldn't put up with that and didn't settle for that. And there's a lot of those people that I hope as things go along and time goes on, I can introduce you to some of these cats because they were in the same boat and they knew the opposition. They knew what we were up against. We were not supposed to just make it successfully out, high school graduates moving on to, bigger, better things, culture. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. We were defying the odds from day one. Up against the wall since day one. On the ground, needed a back, gun to your face from day one. Just like anywhere else, probably in these days and times, but hell, back then, yeah, we were up against some of the same shit. So music was starting to come out in a different way, but we were trying to come out following some of those same influences. Some of the songs were uplifting enough that we believed in them. We believed in them enough to try to get the hell up out of there before they found us buried somewhere or hung somewhere or lynched somewhere or dead somewhere with no fucking explanation about it. So, no, I'm not, saying anything against where I live, where my home is at, where my kids were born and raised at in Florida, because that's what Florida did for us and did for me. But yeah, I came up out of South Carolina, Dirty Dale, Bamberg, Beaufort, Hampton out in there, Fairfax, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere all up and down that way. We were supposed to have gotten just that far and no further. The low country, that's what it was called, the fucking low country. If you was a pal battle boy and you was from the dirty South, yeah, you were supposed to end it all there very, very, very young before you made any type of an impact to socially be recognized. You were supposed to have been knocked off. You were supposed to be knocked off somewhere. Yeah, you were not supposed to come out of places like Yemassee, Barnwell, Bamberg, you know what I'm saying? You weren't supposed to come out of Early Branch Camp, but you weren't supposed to come out of that. That's where you were supposed to lay. You were supposed to get found there somewhere. They're supposed to off you. Somebody should have done it. Somebody should have done it for them if you didn't do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a whole lot of that genocide stuff, but that's gotten worse. But back then, it was the other side that would see to it that you didn't make it. So yeah, that's the prop South Carolina should get, for their attempts to hold down the few of us, but the few that made it, hell yeah, we got a right to say something. And I hope everybody take that chance and stance to do so. So, South Carolina, born and bred, that's where it was. Florida came in at a time where, if you ask me, I feel it was vulnerable. It's like some tyrant or some type of emperor. He's trying to expand his kingdom, his dominion, his concubines. He's trying to spread his word, his seed, and whatever else he got going on. Okay, well, yeah, I was on that. Florida was close enough and for whatever reason seemed acceptable enough. If you talk the right game, you can get in the right place. So basically, they didn't really stand a chance when I started opening my mouth. So I made my way in and about Florida. Jacksonville, always big up to Duval. Duval hooked us up, man. Duval took care of us. Duval really, really took care of us. So starting there in Duval, moving on to Orlando, Lake City, ended up being finally in Live Oak, up that's northern Florida, southern Georgia part, so it's right on the border. So it's plenty of shit down there to get into. They still semi-Confederate over there in the Georgia side, but they'll figure it out soon enough. But yeah, shout outs to Florida. But yeah, dirty South born and bred. Enough respect. Everybody who's still there, still repping y'all. Still look out for your boy, because you see, if I get it, I'm bringing it back. If I get it, I'm bringing it back. I'm toting the ball still. They still ain't stopped 41. They still ain't stopped me from running. So I'm still going and still giving them hell all the freaking way. So that's that. And the whole overseas thing, I try to talk to people about that kind of stuff individually, personally. You DM me, you messenger me, or you whatever, and we talk about that. Because a lot of people think, somebody can just kind of write them in to getting over here for overseas work, overseas paid, that kind of jazz. My situation was totally, totally different than probably any of that. So I won't go into it and make it seem like something broad anybody can hear and then look into doing, or something I got some kind of way of making happen. But you know, you talk about it personally. Pretty sure if I know you, you know me. You know how to get in contact with me off the air, off mainstream air anyway. So that's cool. Second of all, depends on how much you know about what's going on this channel. If you saw it, it was AM U.B.P. Unlimited Boss Potential. It's not been boss, it is boss. Everything is and going to have a boss effect to it because it has unlimited boss potential. So the title was AM Morning U.B.P. Unlimited Boss Potential Talk, because that's what we're doing. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So look for that when you go. Hopefully you go and see where you can subscribe and see where my videos will be coming up, the things that I'll be talking about. Hopefully the people I'll start getting in contact with that I can bring on, have them relate to some of the stuff that I've been saying. Because I don't want to include anybody in something that don't want to be told on or told about, because, some of these guys were, into some extracurricular activities. But we had a good time doing it, and like I said, what I'm saying, some of their voices are the ones that I want to bring out from the background, because, we all made it out together or individually, but we still made it either way. So, but I always had wordplay skills, if you want to go that far to say that. They call it gift of gab old school. It's wordplay skills now, because you can put it to like somebody who has the ability to do poetry. They can write their words down. They can relate them in some kind of way to where you get a rhythm, you get a feel, and you kind of see where that person's going with what it is that they're saying. Us as a people, black people, music, we're inclined to music, rhythm, that kind of thing. So yeah, putting words to rhyme and rhythm was like a skill. So, freestyling, stuff like that was cool to do. And okay, I got a little talent for that, I got a little knack for that. My people did, my brother did, what I'm saying? A lot of people sometimes you might see on some of my pages, I'll be promoting some of their free stuff, maybe some produced stuff. They had it, I had it. But this is where sometimes I can't go along with that, because I don't want hip hop, I don't want rap, I don't want flowing, I don't want whatever it is that they're doing that you're trying to put to a beat to fall from being pertinent, fall from being relevant. I don't care if you enjoy the rhythm and the beat and the bass if you don't get the message. So I might say the shit you might like to hear or hear being said, but I don't want to put the music because it ain't no fucking song. It's not a song. It's not a song. It's conscious content, and I need you to listen to it and hear it. You might like the way I say it, but if you didn't get the point, then maybe I need to say it a different way. So it don't need to be sung, and it don't need to be hummed. It need to be heard. Okay? That is so much more important for people. That is so much more important for people. If you have that skill, you have that platform, okay, they're going to have you saying whatever you're going to say on some kind of platform in front of people. You can't forget that you got to encourage them. You can't forget you got to educate them, because everybody is not getting it. Everybody does not know that there's still a war behind the scenes. Okay, everybody has to still realize, and there are still people out there fighting. They just can't be so out and out with it that they're getting knocked off before they get to talk to anybody. These folks will straight up put you out of here. You be straight out of here. If they don't hide you behind them walls, they'll hide you someplace worse. If you try to make it seem like you're gonna make trouble for those that are in power at the top of the freaking food chain, not trying to share, not trying to give you nothing, not trying to drop enough crumb for you to make it, cutting this and cutting that, this for that, and you're down here the whole while trying to figure out how can I make it? What can I do? Okay, well you might have to listen to that brother who you see standing here every day, who you might think crazy or he ain't got nothing to say. He telling you every day, but you're passing by him every day. Okay, who will you listen to? Who does have? Oh, well, listen to the news or listen to this news channel or this news broadcast. They might not be telling you what you really need to know. They might be telling you what they're told to tell you. You ever think about that? Think about that. Think about that. So from the side, or from somebody you may not think has that informational message, take a listen. See what a brother talking about. Maybe he's really on to something. Or maybe he has an ideal that you just didn't think of. Give that some thought. If you don't dig it, then get rid of it. If it makes a little more sense than what you were talking about, now you got two perspectives for one problem. Maybe you get a better chance of figuring it out. Give yourself that benefit. Give yourself that benefit. This may not be it, but this is my shot at doing it. Because I do know some things, and I bet you it's some people that don't know the things I do. It's my place to share, and I'll do that. I do that. I do that. So I don't have no problem with that. Again. So many people that I know, so many people who are conscious and taught and know and hear, need to have a chance to say some of this same stuff. Some of them I learned from. You know, I just couldn't really hold my tongue, knowing what I know and just not say nothing, then see a brother fall short because he didn't know what I could have told him. How can you really do that? We're already, the deck stacked against us so bad anyway. How can you not give somebody knowledge and give them a chance to freaking make it? And give them a chance to get ahead. Give them a chance to get at least further than where they were. How can you really be cool with that happening right in front of your freaking face? I don't know. I don't know. But let's all try to do our best to invoke change. So my efforts are going to be on a unlimited boss potential platform to do just that. We'll wake up somebody. Somebody will get it. Somebody will dig it. It'll be cool. So I'm not going to go long with this particular broadcast. Really, like I said, this is my first live on Facebook. So that's why it was so monumental. And I want it to be like a taste. I want it to be an hors d'oeuvre. The main meal doesn't stop. Once you sit down, I hope you pick up a fork and plan to stay a while, because I want to keep bringing on broadcasts like this, attention like this, to a platform like this, and hope that it does what it did for me when I saw brothers I kind of liked, how they were bringing their message, sisters that were bringing across a message I can dig, things that I can see, get with, learn, and understand. It's like, well, why can't I do that with the things that I say? I'm talking to too few people. I'm not talking to enough people. I'm talking to some people, but I ain't talking to enough people. I don't feel that I am. So this is an attempt to do so. And if I eat, that's even better. If I teach you and I tell you and you feel inspired and then you can eat, dude, now you're into the realm of where your calling lies. Because you have to find that out early. God has to stop you there to realize, okay, that's where you're supposed to be going anyway. But if it actually starts making a difference, you see thumbs going up for likes, you see volume going up in the people that's in your actual, either your fan base or your family or your friends or your list or your whatever, or you get more invites. Okay, then you have to really realize, okay, now I got the attempt to make a difference. I have to attempt to make a change. I can't wait to sell 1,000,000 records if I'm not even fucking making records and try to talk and say everything I try to say to people. If I get 7 people on here, these 7 people are going to have the knowledge that I gave 7 people. I'm going to take that as a small badge of reward, and I'm going to run with it and be back here tomorrow, see if I get 7 more. I can't wait to get $1 billion freaking dollars and drive around in cars that make you pay me more attention than the words that I'm trying to get make you pay attention. I can't do that. I don't even think it's supposed to go like that. You're obviously fully full of yourself by then if you got so much acclaim and so much attention and you haven't reached out to not one person that you know needed to hear it. Everybody else just wanted to hear it or could afford to hear it. That's not where we're going. That's not where we're going. So on this small platform, it'll baby step on up. You know, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I didn't start out prominent, didn't start out prosperous. I don't have no problem with that. That means everything that I got and have, I built and made, so I don't owe it to anybody. What I do feel obligated to do is make sure the next race of this race has a better chance, has more of a chance than I had. You know what I'm saying? That includes your kids and my kids. They're out there too, knuckleheading it up, but I got to get them squared away before they get out there and realize the field ain't fair. The field ain't square. You're going to have to really realize that quick, fast, and in a freaking hurry, you're going to find yourself standing still. They'll cut your field off real short. Real short. You'll never get that first and 10. You'll always be 4 down. Trust me when I tell you, that's football talk. I'm off of that. Nonetheless, peace and love. This is my introduction. Welcome to what it is that we're trying to do. I want you to be a part of it, so feel free to log in, subscribe, share. When we get it to where we can split this screen up, hell, I'll be on top, you'll be on the bottom, I'll be on the bottom, we'll be on the top. We'll have more people talk about what we're talking about. And that's what we should all try to do. So, nonetheless, first broadcast in. Feel real good about it. Appreciate y'all. Now I'll let y'all later on.